Mhm, 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 mhm. Here we are with another Friday Night Live, January 26th, 2024. I got my shades on. These are interesting glasses I got. The lenses are actually made out of smoky quartz crystal. Marco, smoky quartz crystal. They're actually pretty dark. I haven't tried them outside yet because I don't wear sunglasses. I figure let me see how a quartz crystal lens how it would feel on the eye. So yeah, it's interesting times. But anyway, we have a verdict from the International Court of Justice. Israel is guilty of genocide. Israel, who's Israel? It's a fiction. Who's going to be accountable? That's what I want to see, accountability. And stuff that's happening up here in our end with the court case. They found the liberal government was not just in bringing in the Emergencies Act and this, and, ignoring the Constitution of the land, which means nothing. Blah blah blah. It's all verbal diarrhea to me. The legal system is a master of deception's game, keep us all confused and at war with each other. and, and they've been succeeding. They've been succeeding. That's where we come in into the realm of MFS and try and have as much compassion with everybody in their imbalanced state as possible. But we all make the choices to be where we are with every breath we take, every word we say, everything we listen to, every bite we take, every breath we breathe creates, right? Environments create outcome. Everything that we put into our environments creates the outcome. All the environments intermingle the infinite variables to create who we are. So, choice is always yours, as we say, right? Choice is always yours. You want to live a path in the direction of peace, balance, correct conduct, or not. There's really no other way. There's those two ways, and people are saying there's many different paths to the divine. Yeah, okay. If you say so. Not from my understanding, but anyway. The path to health, well-being. I've been on this journey a long time, coming up to 34 years. And we've been on this page 9 years. right? Started our ninth year. And what I can say is we've been all duped to believe the answers are out there, and we're gonna put something into ourselves to fix our problems, our challenges. The addition mentality. We've been duped to oblivion, and it continues. And it's more prevalent today than ever. The addition world has grown exponentially. Right? There's more addition available than probably in the history of mankind on this planet. There's addition for every single thing you can think of, in many forms of it, and you know, for every ailment. So, in the realm of MFS, we've been bold. Eating and healing do not belong in the same sentence. We're not saying don't eat. We're saying eating and healing do not belong in the same sentence. You want to heal? Well, get on a spiritual fasting journey. Master fasting, we keep it simple. We have beautiful protocol with all the steps, all the tools available, support for people who want to take the plunge and make those commitments on a journey for the rest of their lives. And what we've seen, over the years is people deciding to take the plunge as an event, right, for the most part. And that's fine and dandy. Fine and dandy, but if we don't choose a lifestyle as our lifetime journey, well, then what are we doing it for? For the experience? Okay. We can do it for that. We can do it for infinite reasons. Hello, Diane. We can do it for infinite reasons. But if we want to solve all our challenges, our imbalances, our health challenges, we have to make some changes for the rest of our lives. It's not a part-time thing. It's a thing that we have to want to have within to make that journey decision, because nobody's going to do it for us. You're waiting for the med beds. You're going to jump in and everything's going to be fixed. You can wait. You can wait for those. We've been reading about those for decades. Is it a possibility? I can't see why not. If you learn how to play with the fields, emotions are in the fields, and if we can master those as Christ did, he rose people from the dead, he healed the sick, walked on water, etc., etc. He was able to, I don't know if the proper word would be manipulate the fields, or maybe correct the imbalances in the fields to do all these things. Right. And what we're doing when we're in our fasting states, the only fasting state, as far as I'm concerned, is the dry fasting state, right? Yeah, MFS is the glorified dry fast. We keep saying that because that's what it is. So the only true fasting state is the dry fasting state. Everything else we do is to support that, going into it, coming out of it. And when we go into those states, we put our full trust in our divine creator's perfect design, by our physicality design. I mean, we put our trust in that. The prophets all taught about fasting, and it's for good reason, because it opens you up to the spiritual path where you see miracles happening like no tomorrow. It's just a given. You're going to see miracles happen when you choose that path, right? And this is what we've seen over and over and over with many, many, many people. So when you get into those states, we're putting our total trust, in the beauty of that perfection, that wonderful divine design. We just put our trust into it and just sit back and allow. And we have tools because of our choices in our past lifestyles and genetics and ancestral emotions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we are where we are. So we're going to have these challenges. And what are the challenges? The healing reactions that come forth. All weaknesses start coming to the surface, and we have to face them. We have to look in these mirrors of truth and embrace them, jump for joy when they happen, and pull ourselves through as best we can. If it's time to leave, it's time to leave. It'll be a much blessed passing on in this way versus doing it the white jacket way, I can assure you. But each one of us has to choose for ourselves how we want to live and how we want to die. Right? We have to choose that. And sometimes we don't have the choice of how we want to die. Walk across the street and we get hit. And did we have a choice in that? Maybe our soul had a choice in that. I can't say for sure as part of karma or whatever. But we do the best we can to make a choice of how we want to die. If none of those accident factors come into play, then our passing on would be a much pleasant transition when we leave the physicality. So yeah, good times when we choose fasting lifestyle. Our senses become heightened like no tomorrow. That's what they're there for. Our senses, all our senses. It's very interesting. I've done a number one first master Reiki class years ago from a wonderful woman. She's passed on. And I did another course with her on healing with another woman. I don't remember what it was called, but it was about how you can sense things on people with your hands, and it was a full day class and stuff. It was very interesting and very wonderful to see that pretty much everybody can train themselves to feel on other people where the challenges are. It's just like, wow, it's right there. Okay, you have an issue there. You can feel it. And it's just in the fields, the auric field. It's electrical field, and we have an electrical field, and we can connect to those electrical fields. That's why we're always talking about the fields, because matter don't matter. We're in the matter state. Well, don't matter in the sense where we don't need to focus on matter. If we focus on the fields, the matter takes care of itself. And that's why when we're in our fasting states, we're working with the fields. So we don't need to worry about the matter. The matter takes care of itself. Isn't that amazing? It's just wonderful. Working with the fields. And, most people just don't get it. Do we understand it fully? No, we don't have to. But we have a basic idea of it's all about the fields of Plath. The fields of Plath are the love pouring continuously from the divine creator to all of us. And he's saying, take it, take it, take it. And people are rejecting it. And we just need to tap in and take it in and pass it on. Can you imagine the world if everybody understood this, how easy it would be? You wouldn't see wars. Wars would be abolished like that. Wars is, it's absolutely diabolical. Anybody who has the inkling to want to kill another human being or other living beings, it's absolutely diabolical when you really sit down and think about it. Why do we need to take other lives for our selfish needs? Therapeutic touch. Yeah, it was not a therapeutic touch. I know therapeutic touch is similar to Reiki, but I can't remember. The reason I can't remember, it's a funny story. The night before going to the class, I was making myself a smoothie, and I had cannabis plant that I just harvested, and and people were telling me, you don't get stoned on the leaves. So what did I do? I grabbed a bunch of the leaves, but not the buds, and I threw it in my smoothie. Well, people lied because within within about an hour, I was stoned out of my mind. So I went to sleep and I go, well, hopefully tomorrow's okay. I woke up more stoned than when I went to sleep. It was just on the leaves. And I had to end up going down. I don't know how I got there. So I go through this class, in that state, and took basically the whole day to come out of that. But I think maybe it was a beneficial state to be in. So, but because of the feeling and the way it was working and everything. But it was funny. It was really funny. Like, it was just like, whoa, man, what a trip that was. Anyway, it's all about the fields, right? Therapeutic touch, Reiki, acupuncture. It's all about the fields. You're tapping into the fields of things that are not, um, we're not able to see in the physicality. But the Chinese meridians they talk about, you can't see them. It's the fields. So we're tapping into that. What else is there? Um, well, acupuncture is very similar. Uh, so, massage, we're using the actual physicality. There are many energy medicine courses. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. And what was that woman's name? Donna Eden or something? She's all about energy and how to rebalance it. She's got a bunch of great videos you can watch, and we can use all these things, right? So use the tools, they're out there. But what I'm saying is people are looking for the tools to fix all their problems. We use the tools to pull us through the difficult situations from healing reactions that are coming forth from the lifestyle choices we made, right? So there's a big difference of what we're doing with tools. And all these tools are wonderful that you can use, all the different tools. They're there, you know, so let's use them. The herbs. The herbs are one of those must tools in today's, toxic man. It's a must because we are full of energy blockages. And if we can't get if we can't get a flow in an area, we're going to be in pain. We're going to be in suffering. And if it's in an area where it's a vital organ, goodbye, Jack or Jill, right? Josephine, yes, they make sense with the tools not using to fix. That's great to get us through. That's all we use them for. And they're, you know, They're, some of them are vital in today's world. Master fasting, all the tools we picked are the absolute minimal necessary tools that we have in the protocol, right? Absolute minimal. You know, the herbal tinctures, the kidney tea, TNT we call them, the plasma pudding, which is the clay charcoal and psyllium husks, and doing the enemas and breath work. These are must in today's toxic man, right? I apologize, I thought they were there to fix a problem. No, fasting state, your soul, the divine, those are what you're gonna have to face to allow, you know, the divine to work through the soul and correct all the imbalances. The tools are there to assist in keeping and unlocking blocked energy. That's all they're there for. You know, if you're eating and taking herbs, yeah, you're going to get some results, but not for long because your body starts getting used to them. And then what? And then they don't do anything anymore, right? So we don't see plateaus in master fasting. We have not seen any plateaus. You just keep going. And you'll come to a point where, you know, you've dealt with a majority of your imbalances and so on and so forth, and all is fine and dandy. Yes, the breath work got through the dry fast yesterday when my hands were cramping up and pray. Absolutely. Just keep the faith. The monkey mind is going to be always there. Just call it for what it is. It's not me. It's the monkey mind. It's just let it, just watch it like a movie and watch it go by and don't pay attention to it. Keep yourself busy instead of focusing on the monkey mind, which is only going to keep us in a confused, sick state. You know, Diane, manifest is the most powerful system I know. I've tried many in the past. Me too. Josephine, the next day I was like, oh, I was okay. Absolutely. Why wouldn't you be? The body knows what to do. Sorry, the soul knows what to do with the body. You know, it's because it's coming through from the divine creator through the soul. And that plaf, the energy, is working. The plasma love always flowing is working to correct things. And do we know the best order? No, we don't know the best order. We know that the divine knows the best order, and it's going to be done in the best possible order. It's not going to be second best. It's going to be the best order because it's coming from the divine when we're in a fasting state. If we're trying to do this through eating and supplements and this and that, there is no order. It's chaos. It was Lucifer, the whole Luciferic thing, order through chaos. Are people going to get results? Yeah, people get results when they start changing things in their environment. We've talked about this over and over. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, it's all about subtraction. All about subtraction. Purge out the obstructions, body corrects itself. Has no other choice, has no other choice but to correct itself. So simple, so beautiful. Is it beautiful going through it? It is, even though we're suffering sometimes, it's still beautiful that you can see and experience that transformation of the body doing its work. And then you're coming out always stronger, healthier, sharper mind, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So choice is always yours, what you want to pick, what you want to believe. We're not here to change anybody's mind about anything or what to believe. If the master fasting system sounds like a lifestyle choice, you know, spiritual path is something that tickles your fancy, we're here to support you. We're not here to convince you to do it. Absolutely not. Um, MFS is here for those who are ready. And we'll continue to be here as long as we possibly can. So yeah, good stuff. Josephine, can you explain how the cooked grape juice makes it a glorified dry fast? I understand the solid part. Is it because it makes the body dry for the body to hydrate itself? I don't feel I understand it and would like to learn. What if we don't understand it, Josephine? Does it matter? It works. So we don't need to know, do we? But our understanding of what the cooked grape juice does, because it's got the higher order fields, it's a very powerful solvent. And what happens in a dry fast? Because everything happens in the dry fast. The body starts loosening up things and everything, and emotions physically, mentally, and blah, blah, blah. And they need to come out. So what are we doing? We're preparing. We want to go into a dry fast with a clear GI tract as possible. The more clear the GI tract is, plasma vacuum tube, the easier the dry fast is going to be. If this is all plugged up, the dry fast is not going to be easy and it's not going to be efficient, right? It's going to be more efficient with a clear GI tract. So we're preparing by clearing that GI tract, guzzling the cooked juice and taking the herbs, and the plasma pudding goes in through physically massage and absorb, right? Physically and plasmatically through the field interactions with the clay and the charcoal. It's doubled the work. So and then when we go through the dry fast and we squeeze the dirty sponge with the dirty sponge. We squeeze, right? Every day we're squeezing. At the end of the week, we're squeezing more. At the end of the month, we're really squeezing. And every season change, we're really, really squeezing. So, and then we come out of the dry fast and we're washing away all that stuff that we squeezed out of its deep crevices. And we do it over and over and over, right? We're doing it daily, we're doing it weekly, we're doing it monthly, we're doing a season change. So it's an ongoing cycle over and over and over again. Squeeze, wash, squeeze, wash, squeeze, wash, squeeze, wash, squeeze, wash, squeeze, wash. Simplicity of the master fast system and why it's so powerful, because of what we just explained. It's so simple and yet so powerful. The cooked juice is at a whole different level. You cannot, people doing these raw juice fasts. It has nothing to do with master fasting. Nothing. Don't even try and compare it, because you got raw juice is raw juice and cooked juice is cooked juice. We're working with fields, not with matter. Even though we're using the matter, the field part of it is the most powerful part of it. So hopefully that can give you, Josephine, a more sense of what master fast is. It's really, that's all it is. It's so simple. And subtraction, yes, less is more. I'm always learning how simple healing is. Starting my 7th year with my MFS, living and loving it. Awesome, Diane. Awesome. Josephine, okay, so the cooked grape juice is not the dry fast. It's the preparation. Yeah, how can it be the dry fast? You're drinking. It has nothing to do with the dry fast itself, except supporting the dry fast. So it has everything to do with, sorry, it's because it's a glorified dry fast. The master fast system is the glorified dry fast, because everything we do is to support the dry fasting cycles. If you get my drift. It's not the actual dry fast. It's to support the dry fast. Got it. Beautiful. So once you understand that, you know that all parts of the system are crucial. You know, as people, I remember in the past, they're not doing the dry fast. Okay, well, it's not really master fasting. If you're not doing, are you gonna get benefits? Yeah, but everything happens in the dry fast. You're gonna see the real miracles happen in the dry fast. So get those squeezes in daily, weekly, monthly, season change. Get them in. Get them in as best you possibly can. You're having challenges in the dry fast. You have the different levels of the dries. Go through them in the protocol and use them because they will help you. But I can see how it can cause more damage if one's not dry fasting. I don't know about causing damage. You're just not going to get the results. Like I don't see, you know, the, you know, people if they're doing the, what do you call it, the cooked juice as a juice fast and not doing anything else, which people will do because people are people. They're not going to listen to me. They get themselves in trouble. Those people we've seen got themselves in trouble. I got myself in trouble doing that in 1990, doing cooked juice fast with Concord grape juice. I got myself in real trouble. Um, so that's why we have the master fast system, because we've learned through decades of how to support this powerful, powerful purging system, which is master fast system. We're supporting it in every direction we possibly can, right? I mean, not get the stuff out as well. Well, you're not going to go into the realm of the perfect blueprint if you're not dry fasting. Let's put it that way. And what do I mean by that? Well, each one of us has a perfect blueprint in the ether. We all have a perfect blueprint. Doesn't matter. We weren't born perfect. We have a perfect blueprint. How do we tap into that? Dry fasting. If we don't dry fast, we don't have access to that. That's why Christ dry fasted 40 days in the desert. There's no water in the desert, so he didn't drink. You go into those realms of the divine. It's what I see. May be wrong, but the evidence that we've seen, miracles happen over and over and over again. So, um, you know, people can choose whatever they like. That's what I mean. Oh, perfect blueprint. Yes. That's what we're talking about. Do you want access to the perfect blueprint? Follow the masterclass system. You will have access to it with a safe and effective protocol that is absolutely beautiful and amazing. You know, I'm just a messenger. The information came through me. I'm just a messenger. I didn't create this stuff. It just came through me over years of trial and error and wonderful teachers out there that I've learned from. All this information came through. And MFS was born, I say, as it came from a Come Bella Vida planet. Diane, it's great being with MFS for years and watching how masterful it is still becoming. Yeah, you know, it you know, even though we slip away ourselves and we, you know, and then we come back and slip away and come back, which, you know, many of us do because life happens, emotions happen, you know. We every time we dive back in, we go, holy geez, man, this is powerful. Man, oh man, this is powerful. Thank you, Divine Creator, for making it so simple. Boy, what a beautiful, beautiful system. And, so many beautiful people that we've met with beautiful transformations. Is just grateful to be witness to all that stuff. Josephine, so the cooked grape juice, which I don't care about, it's very, very drying. Have you found over time that doesn't dry you out? It's not very drying. You're very dehydrated. It's a big difference. Yes, people who are very dehydrated start becoming hydrated after they start, purging all those obstructions. As the obstructions get purged, the body magically starts hydrating. It's nothing we are taking that hydrates us. It's the body that hydrates us through the fields. Happens magically. You're thinking always matter, which does not matter in the sense of what we're talking about. I keep on getting hammered by people about cooked being dehydrated. Well, let them hammer you. If you want to listen to them, it's up to you. I don't listen to anybody, otherwise I wouldn't be here 9 years later. So wouldn't it drive me out more? Oh, it makes sense. Very sorry. Yes, sir. You're not getting it. If are you getting it? You're dehydrated. The juice is not going to dehydrate you. If you feel dehydrated from drinking, you need to do more work in purging, right? The obstructions are the culprit, the root and seed causes. Physicality is the GI tract, lymph, etc., and all the organs and glands, and the um, seed cause is the emotions. There you go, Diane. She's living it. Those long dries prove that hydration comes from within. We've seen this over and over and over again. So either all the ones who've experienced it are lying, or we're telling the truth. It's up to you to believe whatever you like. Nadim, hi. Your thoughts on the situation in Gaza and how do you make sense of it all in terms of God and our Creator? I don't know. I can't make sense of it all, Nadim. All I know is there's a lot of evil war pigs that are showing the world that what's happening there, they can do anywhere on the planet. They can come here, they can come in any continent and do the same thing because nobody is taking control to stand up and stop this nonsense. It's absolutely diabolical. War never solved anything, and it will never solve anything. And it's how can you call something war when the Palestinian people don't even have an army, they don't have any weapons, they're the international court has made the verdict that it's genocide. Do we need a court to see that? Really? But they've blamed Israel, which I said earlier. Israel is a fiction state, corporate state. Who's going to pay the consequences? Who does, it can go into this stuff, but why is it happening? I don't have those answers. Why is it happening there? I don't have those answers, but the way I see it is demons always give you notice of what they're going to do. And tacit consent in the court system, which is the demonic system, the Luciferic intellect system. If you're silent, they automatically assume that's consenting. So speak your voice. You don't consent to their evil doings and their garbage, because what they're showing, they're giving notice. Every time they do something, they're going to do something, they have to give you notice. They can do it through Hollywood, through the news, through movies, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what they do, these evil war pigs. And they've been doing it for thousands of years, right? So nothing's changed in that realm. These this evil entity that goes through certain people. It's been around a long time. So I just say, let's send them plaf to these evil war pigs. Keep sending them plaf so it penetrates their heart. That one day their heart starts to feel and they recognize what they're doing and they go hang themselves or something like that, right? Because of the shame of what they've done. They can't be able to live with themselves anymore. Anyway, but let's also send plaf to all the people suffering senseless genocide. Diane, Josephine with MFS, I changed so many beliefs, especially with me being a retired RN. That you are, Diane. And we love having you around because, sometimes people need some information from somebody else said in different ways for people to snap and say, oh, I get it now, right? It's coming always from me. It doesn't sound convincing enough, or I don't hit the right triggers with people. So that's why MFS grew, because of everybody sharing their experiences. And that's why we're here. And we're still here. People sharing their experiences is what made MFS. Thank you for your thoughts. Peace be upon you. Peace be upon you, Nadim. I pray that this stops now. This can't keep going on and people around the world watching. We need to stop these war pigs. They need to be stopped. They're not gonna, these war pigs will not stop. They need to be stopped. That's my sense on it. We're next. If we don't stop them, we're next. You know, song Black Sabbath War Pigs. Listen to it. They said it best with the lyrics in that song. Evil witches, the evil witches at black masses. These people that make the decisions, and then you have the minions, the evil minions doing the work, or the evil work for these psychopath war pigs. And that's the biggest problem. People are supporting this stuff and doing the evil work, right? Pushing the buttons and pulling the triggers and everything else. So sad story. It's been going on there for a long time. Long time. It didn't start on October 7th. And once mankind wakes up to what's going on, and then we'll see some changes, not before then. That in this realm, we're trying to be the change we want to see, and the only change we can make is within ourselves, right? Start with ourselves. You know, if we're eating flesh 7 days a week, let's cut it down to, you know, 50% and then cut it down more. And eventually we can, let it go for the most part if you really want completely. What's the big deal? You know, we're not into the vegetarianism. We're not into veganism. We're into the dry fasting lifestyle. Less is more, and um, because we love eating, but we love fasting way more. But when we eat, what do we eat? We go to the least obstructive substances, which are fruit, least karmic, least everything. The tree drops the fruit, we eat the fruit, pass on the seed. The soul is carried in the seed. We don't want to be picking out on vegetables, as far as I'm concerned. Vegetables are not where it's at. Like I always had that inkling about vegetables. Being on raw foods. I was growing a lot of sprouts and stuff. So in the sprouts, I wouldn't have to eat a lot of them. I made my salads or I made wraps. I used to do a lot of wraps, and I used to do green smoothies. But I never ate a lot of that. And I always had to have my fruit. If I didn't have my fruit, the system was did not feel right. I didn't get all my wonderful complete solutions in just eating raw foods. And I did that for almost a decade. It's the fasting. My body, every season change, I would crave to be fasting because the body says, that's enough food. Time to give the digestive system a break. And then it would reset, right? So, um, the foods, it's the eating, let's put it this way, the eating we do for fun. We let go of the conceptual idea that it's something that we absolutely need. We, we let that go. We let that belief system go. Even though we love to eat, we don't want to stay in the corrupt belief system that it's a necessity. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not a necessity. As far as I'm concerned, it's not a necessity. With what I've experienced, you know, on pretty much nothing for 45 days, you know. So I know it's possible. I know, what's happening. Um, Anybody can get into that. It takes time. We have to work with it. You know, we have to get into a point where the body is hydrating itself and feeding itself through plaf. We got to get into that point. And we're not going to get into that point eating flesh. It's not going to happen. Fats, the heaviest, most dense matter, oils. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So each one of us has to choose how we want to live, how we want to die. And some people say, "Oh, I got to build muscle and this and that. All about me, and being strong." Well, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But the Master Fast System is a spiritual first and foremost journey. And if that's the journey you're after, MFS is a great place for you to be with. Right? If it's all about matter, dwell in the matter state. It's okay. Everybody has free will to do whatever they like. I'm not, you know, judging anybody. People can do whatever they like. But, we come to a point in our lives where we see all the things, we've gone through and other people have gone through and what's happening around the world. And there's much more to this life than this physicality. So the afterlife is for eternity. This life is very temporary. So I want to prepare for um, the rest of time. There's such a thing, the rest of now time, space continuum. So, anybody's got any last questions? Or we will wrap it up. So we got every walk of life in the realm of MFS. We've had every walk of life. We've had RNs, we've had doctors, we've had a layman, we've had everything, everything you can think of. This came through the massive fast system. This went on to the 9th year. It's a long time. All right, folks. Thank you for joining us. It's always a blast. Be with you. And keep living it, keep loving it. Let go of the monkey mind. Jump for joy when the healing reactions come. Use the tools that pull you through. We don't need to know who, what, where, when, why, how. Embrace and trust in the divine creator. You'll be able to access that perfect blueprint and watch magic unfold. It's got no other choice but to unfold when you're following this master fast system as is in the protocol. Ciao for now.